this, as Ralston said, this class is a little bit different because we are actually going to talk about a bunch of different tools and how you can use this campaign for yourself. The first thing I wanted to show you when we get in here is the We Get It campaign and the font style and brand message. But notice that new campaign here at the bottom, I Get It. You are welcome to use this campaign in general in any of your marketing in any form, and you don't have to use we. You can actually say I, and that's really important. As we start to run all of these ads, as we have, I mean, literally millions of impressions of these ads out there, we want you to take advantage of that halo effect. We've talked about the halo effect before. Probably one of the best examples that Ralston gives is that when we do a giveaway on the radio, and maybe it's for a concert ticket. Obviously, we haven't had concert tickets in a little bit, but hopefully we'll have them again soon. But as we would do advertising for concert tickets on the radio, it would say Berkshire Hathaway is sponsoring this, is sponsoring that, is sponsoring this, and we are giving away, 20 tickets to active military members. In marketing, we would get a call that said, Ralston, my clients just called me and they want to know how they can get these tickets. That's the halo effect, because the radio didn't mention you. It didn't have your name on it, but your clients associated the fact that you were with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty and they were giving away tickets. Therefore, you, as their agent who belongs to the company, is an avenue to get them those tickets. And that's just one example. We see that all the time. I mean, part of it is subliminal messaging. That if you're seeing the commercial over and over and over and over and over again, and then you as an agent are sending in postcards into a community, they're taking those thousands of impressions they've seen of that commercial, even though it's not necessarily branded to an agent, but it talks about that expert guidance, extraordinary service, community connections, and here you are sending a postcard into the community that has that same messaging on it, even if it's not exactly the same. Maybe you're hosting a community event. Maybe you're sending marketing stats, which is about expert guidance. Maybe you're sending in something about a testimonial. That's extraordinary service. And they make those two connections because of the thousands of messages that they've already seen from our We Get It campaign. And that's the halo effect that we want you to take advantage of. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. Not only the We Get It campaign, but also using it as an I Get It. And lots of different ways and places you can think about maybe inserting some of that. So as I started to work on this class, I realized that I really wrote down 3 categories, and they were expert guidance, extraordinary service, and community connections. And I really encourage you to just take that piece of paper, take your iPad, whatever it is, and put those three categories at the top. And then I want you to think about every way that you provide those to your clients. And if you don't have enough in a column, it's probably time to readjust, maybe some marketing, or maybe do some more outreach, or think about ways that you can really touch everyone on those 3 key points. But as I was doing this and I realized all the different ways that we could say this and all the different tools, I realized that there were lots and lots of different touch points where we could put this information that I didn't think about until I started writing it down. So I want to go to my dashboard. I'm in here in Town Central, and I want to show you just a couple of just kind of quick and easy places where you might be able to put that tagline that would get a lot of traffic and a lot of effectiveness. I'm going to go up here to my name. Everybody has this button. If you click on that, you'll be able to click on this button here called Signature. As you're sending information out from Town Central, so if you have anybody signed up on a drip campaign, if you are sending out listing updates, so new homes that are on the market, price changes, under contracts, new photos, that kind of thing. If you have anybody signed up for Property Watch, they're seeing this signature for you on the bottom of every single email. This goes out as long as it's a system email coming from your account, this is what they see. A lot of agents have not taken the time to adjust this. So mine is kind of blank, obviously, because I am in agent services in marketing. So I don't have a complete profile built out that would have everything on here, but you can see that it's going to pull in my picture. It's going to pull in my name, my office. It's completely compliant. It's going to pull in my direct line, my email address, and my website. And then of course, it's also going to pull in any social media that I have. So this is done automatically out of your profile. This is just based on the profile information. But you can actually customize this if you'd like to. So right now I'm on standard, but if I go to custom, it's going to allow me to customize that message. And I can go ahead and put a different email signature in here. This is a great place to put in that tagline, the expert guidance, extraordinary service, community connections, I get it. And then have all of your customized information in here. This is also, just as a tip, just is also a great place to be able to put the link to how much is your home worth. Every single agent in the company has that tool, and everybody has a branded page for it. It might be a great place to also put that link to go along with that expert guidance. Here we're providing a tool that has a market valuation to it, that also encourages them to contact you because the valuation might be wrong, or it might have wrong information, or the market is changing. So these numbers just don't make any sense when they know their neighbor's home sold for $100,000 more than what this report is saying. And that tool says that, hey, you know, this is a computer generated model, but I'm your neighborhood expert. Contact me if this is wrong. It actually says that right on the home valuation report that they get. Everything about it is to help drive leads to you. So this is just a really simple thing that you can do to change just a small messaging on a lot of different messages that are coming out of Town Central that would have your email signature on them. Speaking of email signatures, I'm going to go back to my dashboard here real quick. And I'm going to scroll down to marketing. We're going to spend a minute or two here, but I wanted to show you something else as well. Order marketing materials. We're going to talk about this a little bit today with the marketing order form. There we go. So notice that one of the things that you can order in here is your e-signature. So these are e-signatures that are able to be put on the bottom of your emails that are going out, not just system emails coming out of Town Central. These are your actual things coming out of your actual Outlook box. This is another great place to be able to put that tagline and to be able to put information about that expert guidance, that extraordinary service, those community connections that you have. So put that tagline, put I get it. We can make that happen in there. And then you can put a couple of links maybe that reinforce that. Maybe a link to your home value report. There's that expert guidance. Maybe you're putting a link to your testimonials. There's that extraordinary service. For your community connections, maybe you have a page on your website that talks about community events or volunteerism that you do, or maybe even, you know, get your neighborhood market report and send them to a link for the market trends, those market watches that are available from your website. So you can reinforce that whole tagline with tools that you already have that are driving traffic to you. Again, remember, this is all just reinforcing that halo effect, trying to make sure that you are being recognized as having that guidance, that service, and those connections for them. So we talked about this as well with the marketing form, but don't forget that you're able to put all of this on your postcards, your flyers, and your brochures as well. If you've had custom work done for marketing, you are welcome to put this tagline on the back, and you can also reinforce it again with maybe, you know, visit my website to get your home value. Visit my website to see what my clients are saying. Anything that might want to reinforce that tagline. We're happy to adjust anything that we've already done for you. So if you'd like to add this tagline to the back of your flyers, the back of your postcards that we already have saved for you, or even a custom job. Maybe you want to add a page to your listing presentation that just talks about those 3 points. Again, just to reinforce it. Maybe you just want to take your intro page that you have in your existing listing presentation and just put those 3 points with I get it, maybe at the bottom. It really does just reinforce that message that they're seeing over and over and over and over again from the company. And then you can talk to each of those individual points that you have for them. Most of you, I've seen most of the listing presentations that have gone out, most of you actually talk about that guidance, that service, and those connections in your listing presentations. It's all about networking. It's all about what you can do for them. And then just putting that small tagline maybe on the bottom or just on that first page just reinforces everything that you're already doing and that you can already tell them. So don't forget to use this marketing order form if you need to have anything updated or changed with this tagline. And also if you want to request an e-signature that would go on the bottom of your Outlook email. I want to stop here real quick just to see if anybody had any questions on just some basic things. Are we good to go for right now? Okay. I wanted to show you a couple of other things that we have done with that campaign for agents. I'm going to go back to my dashboard here. All right. And we can tie this into a lot of the different tools that we have available. Our quick links, of course, that are on our homepage here are our most used tools. And there's a lot of different ways that you can work this message into your marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and click AdWorks. I'm already signed into my account just for the sake of time up here at the top. And I've looked at doing something like a TV commercial. You've seen these TV commercials everywhere. We're running them. Again, we've had, oh gosh, last month we had over 2 million impressions on this ad. And I went ahead and loaded this ad into AdWorks so that I can drop it on my fake community up here, your Eagle Estates real estate expert. If I was doing this, it would be your Smithfield real estate expert. But I can actually drop this ad just so it goes to that community. So people in that community who are watching streaming TV, who are on things like their Rokus and their Hulus, are receiving this with my picture, with my information. This is custom done with the commercial in it, and I just wanted you to see what that looks like.
Buying and selling a home can be scary and complicated. At Berkshire Hathaway Town Realty, we're here to help. Our experienced agents are with you every step of the journey, helping you navigate the local landscape on your road home. Expert guidance, extraordinary service, community connections. We're Berkshire Hathaway Town Realty. We get it.
So I'm going to pause right there, and I want to talk about this commercial for a moment. We talk about this with the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services We Get It here at the end. I love this because it's completely branded to the agent, and it's being reinforced by this commercial. This commercial is actually available to you not only in the BHHS resource, so if you'd actually like to attach it to an e-card out of BHHS resource, you are welcome to do that. You can also download it to use in something like AdWorks. And the marketing department is willing and happy to change this card at the end. Right now, this is branded to the company, but this is a 30-second commercial, and we can actually change this to include Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty. I get it with your information. So this final card here can actually be updated with your information if you'd like to send this out as an e-card, or if you wanted to send this out via an AdWorks commercial. So I've done this little quick commercial with some branding here of this fake agent. I'm just going to choose my target areas, and I wanted you to see what you can do here on this. So it's going to drop a pin in AdWorks, and this is the way most of their ads work. It's going to ask you to drop some pins. But if I wanted to get really neighborhood specific, if I wanted to say that I was a Coventry expert, if I was an oceanfront expert, if I was, pick your neighborhood, pick your area, Greenbrier maybe, I can actually take that pin and I can pop it right over top of a neighborhood or an area. I'm just going to go like this, and I can actually narrow it down. And I can say that I only want to target this neighborhood, or I only want to target this neighborhood. It is a radius, so we can't do a complete polygon around it to make it perfect, but this is pretty darn close. And it's going to actually allow you to send that particular commercial into this small section. So you could actually make commercials that have different taglines on them. So if you wanted to say something like an oceanfront expert, and then an Allenton expert, and then, if I'm in Newport News, if I want to say I'm your Riverside real estate expert, or if you just wanted to talk even about market conditions in those particular neighborhoods, you can update these as often as you want. You can actually do that as well. And that ties into that extraordinary, or that expert guidance. We're talking about extraordinary service. What about creating a video that has a client testimonial in it? So using maybe some similar branding, but instead of using our commercial that we have built, maybe in this section here, you have a client. Maybe you sold a house 123 Main Street in a particular neighborhood, and your clients have done a great video. And you want to talk about the fact that, these clients loved you. You would love to list somebody else's home or help them with their real estate needs. And you can send that into a particular neighborhood. It makes it very, very local, but it also covers all 3 points: that expert guidance, that extraordinary service that you provided, and also those community connections, because you're actually connecting to that individual community. If you're ever on AdWorks, you'll know that they have live chat and it pops up about every 5 seconds if you don't actually do something. So just so you know, if you ever need help, they're definitely there for you on AdWorks. So there's lots and lots of different ways to do this. So I talked about video real quick and about maybe creating your own custom video. Again, we're happy to change that tile at the end if you just want to use the company produced video. But if I go back here, we do have another option. I have a paradigm class coming up next. We are actually going to talk about updating your listing videos, but you can also use Paradigm to create your own videos. In fact, it works really well with something like Videolicious. We have two really, really good tools for creating that video. If you're talking about expert guidance, perhaps you use something like the Videolicious app that's available on BHHS Resource, and you start creating those videos of maybe market conditions in a particular neighborhood. You can post that again to social media. You can use that on your website. You can also plug it into Paradigm. You can use it in AdWords if you want to pop it into a commercial if you'd like to. And then on Paradigm, you're also able to create videos. Maybe a client has sent you a video testimonial. You can pop that into Paradigm and you can say something with a tile ahead of time, maybe a nice, interesting graphic. We're happy to provide this for you for marketing that says the expert guidance, extraordinary service, community connections. I get it. And then you pop into a testimonial from your client that's in video, and maybe you reinforce it with a message at the end, or maybe you repeat that again, that tile with that tagline and your information. Paradigm creates those. It's uploaded to YouTube. And then you can also use that in your social media. Again, you can send that out as an e-card. You can pop those links into any of the action plans that are coming out of Town Central. You have lots and lots of different ways to promote that information out of there. So we're trying to encourage you to use those taglines in lots and lots of different ways. One of the things that we also have, I want to talk about the seller report real quick. So if you have a listing available to you and you go into your listing manager here in Town Central, you'll know that you can send out a seller report. There is a place for you to put in information that is a message that goes out to your clients. It's another little place that you can actually send a message that has that same tagline in it. And you may want to talk about market conditions in it, or you may want to talk about a community connection that you've made, or you may want to talk about your happy clients in that community when you're putting out that seller report. So it's another place that you can go ahead and put that in there in your seller reports, that tagline. All right, I'm going to go to BHHS resource here real quick. So you can click on BHHS resource. I'm signed in for the sake of time. Click on marketing resource. And I wanted to show you, so we have that brand campaign already loaded, and here it is for you right here. So here's our commercial that we get at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty. So if you wanted to send this as an e-card, it is completely available to you. And again, if you have us customize that in marketing and we put that tile on the end for you that has your information, that has I get it instead, we'll be happy to upload this into your BHHS resource account so that you can go ahead and use it on your own as well. So don't forget that you can use all of these messages in all of your social media as well. So anytime that you have a market report, post it on social media. That's your expert guidance. Anytime that you get a testimonial, it's extraordinary service, post it on social media. Actually, Regina's office does a fabulous job of posting their testimonials that come in for the agents on their social media all the time that are really well branded. It's a great place to look if you ever want to. The Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Town Realty Peninsula offices does a fabulous job with that. And then again, those community connections. So anytime you're hosting a community event, post it on your social media. Anytime you have a great relationship with a vendor that you've used, tag them on social media. That's that community connections that establishes you as that expert. That you'll be able to tie all this in. So take a look, and that's why I said in the beginning, take a look at those three categories, that expert guidance, that extraordinary service, those community connections. List out all the marketing that you're doing, list out all the different things that you have going on, and see if you can tie this tagline in with I get it and take advantage of the halo effect and the millions and millions of impressions that we're putting out there with this campaign. so that people start to associate you with those three service tag words, and also associate you again with all the company campaign that's going on. There is power in numbers. There really is. And the sheer number of impressions that we're putting out there on this campaign can really help tie you in with the community and with everything that's going on. And this campaign is only going to get bigger. I've seen the plan for the next quarter too, and we have a lot coming up. And I think it would be a great time for you to go ahead and start working this slowly into your marketing so that you can take advantage of it.